Cobblestones gleam beneath faded street lamps. Windows sigh with muted reflections. Lanterns bend soft where puddles gather. Corners twist quietly with whispered patterns. Posture neutral moves through narrow alleys. Lamp glow scatters over brick textures. Shadows fold thin across cracked facades. Subtle sounds echo in unseen spaces. Shops shuttered, their signs flicker faintly. Rain drips slowly from eaves and wires. Sidewalks tilt under gentle amber arches. Evening breathes through forgotten spires. Shoulder soft guide steps over worn paths. Tiles shift under careful measured weight. Puddles mirror fragments of lamplight. Time bends slow with quiet restraint. Bench edges glint beneath dusty glow. Cat paws trace patterns on uneven stones. Wind murmurs faint around closed doors. Shadows fold softly along empty floors. Neck light tilts to catch fleeting gleams. Rusty gates sway with subtle ease. Side streets curve under diffused amber. Moments pause without noise or tease. Breath even carries faint warmth from dust. Leaves rustle gently along alley cracks. Signs hang loose, flickering without sound. Footsteps red trace paths and muted tracks. Mailboxes limp beneath leaning lampposts. Sprinkle puddles scatter amber and jade. Lanterns bend over narrow doorways. Shadows mingle with quiet cascade. Windows tilt, the frames catching stray light. Stone walls stretch thin along crooked lanes. Its echoes flicker over wrought iron. Time slows softly, nothing moves wrong. Gate hinges creak, disturbed by no one. Branches scrape faint across damp tiles. Shops hum faint under forgotten glow. Subtle fragrance drift through empty aisles. Voice patina floats along cracked cement. Signs sway faint beneath amber gleam. Lanterns bow over wet stones. Everything moves soft, a distant dream. Posture neutral guides along twisting streets. Shoulders soft bend with each careful step. Neck light turns to amber residue. Breath even fades as quiet completes. Oh, oh, oh.
Soften sunlight entry. Room defines personal weather. Mood stabilizes without narrative. Thought density decreases naturally. Delay honest follows truth calmly. No rush toward resolution. Meaning arrives when ready. Timing respected fully. Tail dry ends, phrases cleanly. Nothing echoes unnecessarily. Statements finish without residue. Clarity avoids repetition. Books lean together quietly. Pages breathe, aged oxygen. Knowledge waits patiently. No proving required. Fade natural mirrors attention drift. Focus loosens grip kindly. Nothing collapses afterward. Gentle absence feels earned. Close warmth settles behind ribs. Chest opens without vulnerability. Panic, safety defined internally. Calm feels local. Hands rest unused comfortably. Doing less gains, legitimacy. Effort releases obligation. Being counts sufficiently. Space breathing expands unnoticed. Mind finds elbow room. Thoughts spread without collision. Stillness gains dimension. No soundtrack demanded here. Internal rhythm suffices. External volume irrelevant. Presence carries weight. Silence holds temperature steady. Nothing spikes unexpectedly. Awareness levels evenly. Balance stops wobbling. Loneliness reframes as freedom. Crowds lose persuasive power. Self-company proves competent. Peace grows practical. Delay honest clears misunderstanding. Tail dry prevents clutter. Fade natural leaves close warm space, breathe and remain.
Footsteps drift soft through amber lanes. Street bends gentle as puddle drains. Air hums low beneath muted glow. Shadows stretch gentle where night flows slow. Mirror still hums beneath distant light. Footfalls scatter soft through patient night. Sidewalk curves gentle along quiet walls. Everything drifts slow where shadow calls. Moment loose hums along empty floors. Footsteps glide soft through narrow doors. Street folds gentle beneath lamp arcs. Air drifts faint where shadow marks. Headspace slow hums along puddled streets. Footsteps float soft through silent beats. Sidewalk bends gentle neath amber glow. Everything drifts slow as night flows. Past weight hums beneath distant beams. Footfalls scatter soft along narrow streams. Street bends gentle as shadow arcs. Everything drifts slow through patient mark. Mind hush hums beneath amber light. Footsteps drift soft along quiet nights. Sidewalk curves gentle along muted tides. Everything bends slow, nothing denied. All muted hums along empty lanes. Footfalls scatter soft through puddle plains. Street fold gentle beneath lamp beams. Everything drifts slow as night redeems. Twilight smear hums along quiet walls. Footsteps glide soft where shadow calls. Sidewalk curves gentle along patient arcs. Everything bends slow through muted sparks. Memory haze hums beneath amber skies. Footsteps drift soft along silent ties. Street bends gentle under lamp glow. Everything drifts slow as shadows flow. Mirror residue hums beneath distant light. Footfalls scatter soft through quiet night. Side streets curve gentle neath amber beams. Everything drifts slow through patient stream. Moment then hums along empty streets. Footsteps flow soft along narrow sheets. Sidewalk fold gentle beneath muted glow. Everything bends slow. Everything flows. Everything flows. Hey. Moment loose hums faint beneath amber sky. Headspace low drifts off where shadows lie. Past weight hums along gentle beams. Everything dissolves slow, nothing redeems.
Alley bends gentle beneath muted lights. Footsteps drift soft through empty nights. Street folds careful along puddle floors. Air moves slow across quiet doors. Mirror residue catches fading glow. Footfalls scatter soft where shadows grow. Air bends low along silent halls. Everything drifts slow through patient walls. Posture low hums beneath amber beams. Footsteps flow soft across puddle streams. Street curves subtle under lantern haze. Air exhales slow, night delays. Twilight smear stretches along cracked tiles. Footfalls drift soft across narrow miles. Windows gleam faint with muted tones. Air moves low along empty zones. Shoulders loose, glide along narrow streets. Footfalls drip soft through careful beat. Street falls gentle under soft glow. Air drips slow, nothing to show. Tongue rest hums along silent ways. Footsteps drift soft through alleyways maze. Sidewalk curves gentle beneath amber haze. Air drifts slow through patient day. Lantern flickers across empty roof. Footsteps glide soft through quiet proof. Street bends gentle under muted beam. Air drifts faint through narrow seam. Inhale easy flows along narrow halls. Footsteps drift soft through puddle walls. Street falls careful beneath amber rays. Air hums slow, nothing sways. Twilight low hums along quiet streets. Footfalls flow soft through alley retreats. Air drifts low beneath lamp glow. Street exhales faint, nothing to show. Mirror tone hums beneath distant skies. Footsteps drift soft through puddle ties. Street curves gentle along silent streams. Air moves low where night gleams. Voice patina hums along narrow floors. Footfalls glide soft through muted doors. Street falls gentle beneath distant beams. Air drifts low through shadow seen. Posture low hums along quiet lane. Shoulders loose flow soft where shadow reigns. Tongue rest inhale easy hums along. Voice patina guides slow, night remains.
Street corners hum under muted lights. Footsteps echo faint along puddled heights. Windows glare soft with amber glow. Air drifts low where shadows flow. Alley bends quiet beneath dripping rain. Neon flickers soft across cracked lane. Footsteps slide careful, timing unsure. Walls lean inward, secrets endure. Lantern flickers through foggy mist. Sidewalks curve where night persists. Air carries whispers across cold stone. Everything lingers, moving alone. Weight grounded hums beneath dim sky. Steps tread gently where echoes lie. Side street bends under faint lamp arcs. Silent hums trace unseen marks. Gravel crunches beneath measured stride. Footfalls scatter soft at alley side. Air bends low carrying distant calls. Nothing hurries, darkness sprawls. Step light drift through empty squares. Windows stare blank with muted stares. Street folds gentle under silver haze. Every corner hums untold phrase. Walk on force floats along quiet bends. Footfalls align where the shadow sends. Street twists careful under faint glow. Night exhales soft, nothing to show. Lean easy guides each careful step. Footpaths curve where the puddles slept. Air hums faint through narrow grooves. Nothing rushes, everything moves. Twilight bends along cracked brick walls. Footsteps scatter through empty halls. Air carries low, a muted tune. Street holds slow beneath pale moon. Lantern light glows across damp lanes. Footfalls drift soft with no chains. Sidewalk folds, gentle in the hush. Every motion moves without rush. Shadows flicker where corners meet. Footsteps pause soft on faded street. Air bends low through narrow grids. Silence hums softly, memory skids. Way grounded hums beneath distant skies. Gravity soft drifts low where shadow lies. Step like guides gentle, street unrolled. Walk on forth moves where night unfolds. Where night unfolds. Past residue bends beneath amber glow. Footsteps scatter soft through silent flow. Street curves gentle along narrow tracks. Air drifts low, nothing pushes back. Mind shadow hums beneath distant light. Windows reflect faint through quiet night. Footfalls glide soft along patient streets. Everything bends slow as heartbeats meet. Memory film drifts along puddled lanes. Street bends gentle beneath lamp chains. Footsteps float light along muted walls. Air hums faint where silence calls. Past warmth hums beneath amber arc. Footfalls scatter soft along quiet parks. Side streets curve gentle without a plan. Air drifts low where shadows stand. Thought residue bends beneath distant glow. Footsteps drift light through quiet flow. Sidewalk folds gentle as night prevails. Everything drifts slow through muted trails. Moment thin hums along empty halls. Footfalls mark paths where shadow falls. Street bends gentle beneath lamp beams. Air drifts faint along quiet streams. Recall gentle hums beneath patient skies. Footsteps glide soft along narrow ties. Sidewalk curves gentle beneath muted light. Everything bends slow through shadowed night. Inner hush hums along puddled lanes. Footsteps float light through quiet plains. Street bends gentle as night exhales. Air drifts faint through silent veils. Memory low hums beneath amber haze. Footfalls scatter soft along patient ways. Side streets curve gentle through quiet blocks. Everything drifts slow beneath muted clocks. Thought echo hums beneath neon arcs. Footsteps drift soft along shadowed marks. Sidewalk folds gentle beneath amber light. Everything moves slow through patient night. Headspace open hums along silent streams. Footsteps glide soft through muted dreams. Street bends gentle beneath quiet skies. Everything drifts slow where shadow lies. Past echo hums beneath distant glow. Footsteps scatter soft through streets below. Air drifts faint along narrow veins. Everything dissolves gentle, nothing remains. Sidewalk bends, gentle beneath amber haze. Footsteps drift soft through muted maze. Street folds gentle under neon glow. Air hums faint as shadows flow. Mirror still bends beneath quiet beams. Footfalls scatter soft along narrow streams. Side streets curve gentle through patient lanes. Everything drifts slow, nothing remains. Memory haze hums beneath distant light. Footsteps glide soft along silent night. Street bends gentle where puddles lie. Air drifts slow through empty sky. Moment light hums along quiet walls. Footsteps float soft through patient halls. Sidewalk curves gentle beneath amber gleam. Everything bends slow as in a dream. Past echo drifts beneath muted skies. Footfalls scatter soft along narrow ties. Street folds gentle beneath neon arcs. Everything hums low through shadowed parks. Recall soft hums along patient lanes. Footsteps drift lightly through puddled plains. Sidewalk bends gentle beneath quiet glow. Air drifts faint where shadows flow. Inner weight hums beneath amber light.
Footsteps mark paths through silent night. Street bends gentle along muted arcs. Everything drifts slow as darkness sparks. Twilight smear hums along empty streets. Footfalls glide soft where shadow meets. Sidewalk curves gentle under lamp beams. Everything drifts slow through patient streams. Lamp arcs hum faint along narrow walls. Footsteps float soft as nightbirds call. Street bends gentle beneath muted skies. Air drifts slow where shadow lies. Mirror residue hums beneath amber glow. Footfalls scatter soft through puddled flow. Side streets curve gentle along quiet lanes. Everything drifts slow as patience reigns. Headspace open hums beneath distant beams. Footsteps glide soft along narrow streams. Street bends gentle beneath neon sheen. Everything drifts slow, calm and serene. Moment held hums faint beneath amber skies. Past echo glints soft where shadow lies. Recall soft hums along quiet streets. Everything dissolves gentle as night retreats.
Bricks shimmer faint under low lamp beams. Footpaths bend along puddled seams. Shadows curl softly around rusty gates. Faint reflections linger where silence waits. Lean quiet moves through narrow corners. Street twists faint beneath muted lanterns. Puddles scatter fragments of orange glow. Windows reflect hints of evening flow. Sidewalks slope beneath worn-out tiles. Signs sway lightly in faint wind pulses. Lanterns bend over quiet thresholds. Wooded echoes fill the still hollows, yeah. Jaw soft drifts along cobbled stretches. Side alleys fold under amber arcs. Stone walls cast scatter reflections. Footfalls rare threading empty parks, yeah. Tongue relaxed hums through subtle gestures. Leaves stir faint along fractured paths. Mailboxes tilt under amber haze. Side streets curl without fuss or phrase. Lampposts lean across shadowed lanes. Bricks shift slightly beneath careful strides. Puddles mirror muted signs of dust. Quiet hums faint and empty fluxing. Inhale soft flows along narrow streets. Stone walls stretch faint beneath lamplight. Signs flicker gently with amber gleams. Footsteps rare trace faint daydreams. Gate edges glint beneath muted rays. Branches sway soft above quiet ways. Sidewalks fold gentle along secret paths. Shadows gather faint in resting baths. Windows hum faint beneath leaning eaves. Stone walls stretch thin along soft leaves. Lanterns still quietly over crooked posts. Night lingers faint, air untouched. Tone rounded drifts along wet tiles. Footpaths bend softly through subtle aisles. Street twists gentle beneath amber haze. Everything lingers in muted displays. Signs tilt softly along quiet streets. Lanterns bend faint over puddled sheets. Cobblestones glint softly beneath lamp beams. Footfalls rare echo through evening dreams. Lean quiet guides along twisting alleys. Jaw soft bends with subtle ease. Tongue relaxed floats through amber glow. Inhale soft fades as streets repose.
Sidewalk bend slow beneath amber haze. Footfalls scatter soft in quiet ways. Street
street curves gentle through patient streets. Air drifts faint where night repeats. Mirror tone glints along puddle tiles. Footsteps mark paths through empty miles. Windows hum faint beneath muted glow. Shadows stretch soft where no one goes. Twilight smear folds across silent walls. Footsteps drift lightly where darkness calls. Air hums low beneath lamp arcs. Shadows lean gentle along narrow parks. Weight-centered hums beneath amber light. Footsteps drift soft as shadows bite. Sidewalk curves gentle along puddled lanes. Air bends low, nothing restrained. Foot soft hums along narrow floors. Footsteps glide lightly past quiet doors. Street bends gentle beneath lamp arcs. Everything drifts slow through muted pores. Dance easy hums beneath distant beams. Footfalls scatter soft along quiet streams. Sidewalk folds gentle along puddled arcs. Air drifts slow, a shadow gleams. Motion contained hums beneath muted sky. Footsteps glide soft along narrow ties. Street bends gentle under lamp flows. Everything drifts slow as night goes by. Drift gentle hums along silent streets. Footsteps mark paths through puddled beats. Sidewalk bends gentle beneath amber glow. Air drifts slow, a shadow grieves. Twilight low hums along narrow walls. Footfalls float soft along quiet halls. Street bends gentle beneath lamp arcs. Everything drifts slow through muted calls. Mirror residue hums along narrow lanes. Footsteps scatter soft along silent streams. Street folds gentle under amber beams. Everything drifts slow through patient dreams. Memory haze hums along empty path. Footsteps glide soft through puddled tracks. Street bends gentle beneath muted light. Air drifts slow along shadowed steps. Weight-centered hums beneath amber skies. Foot soft drifts gentle where shadow lies. Motion contained hums along narrow streams. Everything dissolves slow through quiet dreams. Sidewalk folds gentle beneath amber light. Footsteps drift softly through quiet night. Street bends gentle along puddled streets. Air drifts faint as shadow greets. Mirror still hums beneath distant beams. Footfalls scatter soft through silent streams. Side streets curve gentle along muted lanes. Everything drifts slow through patient plains. Twilight smear hums along empty walls. Footsteps glide soft as evening calls. Air hums low beneath lamp arcs. Shadows stretch gentle along narrow parks. Stance grounded hums along narrow floors. Footsteps drift soft past quiet doors. Street bends gentle beneath amber glow. Air drifts slow through shadow pores. Sway subtle hums beneath muted skies. Footsteps float soft along quiet ties. Sidewalk curves gentle along puddle lanes. Everything drifts slow as night flies. Motion slow hums beneath amber beams. Footsteps glide soft along silent streams. Street folds gentle beneath lamp arcs. Air drifts faint through muted dreams. Pressure soft hums along narrow streets. Footsteps drift soft along puddled beats. Sidewalk bends gentle beneath quiet light. Everything drifts slow through shadowed sheets. Foot planted hums beneath distant glow. Footsteps glide soft through empty roads. Street bends gentle along amber arcs. Air drifts low where night flows. Twilight low hums along narrow lanes. Footfalls float soft along quiet plains. Street folds gentle beneath lamp arcs. Everything drifts slow through muted veins. Mirror residue hums along empty walls. Footsteps scatter soft along narrow streams. Side streets curve gentle beneath amber glow. Everything drifts slow through silent flow. along quiet streets. Footfalls glide soft along puddled beats. Street bends, gentle under muted light. Air drifts slow through patient sheets. Dance grounded hums beneath amber skies. Sway subtle drifts soft where shadow lies. Motion slow hums along narrow streams. Everything dissolves slow as night dreams.
Sidewalk bends under flickering lamp. Footsteps drift soft on shadowed ramps. Street hums faint along empty lanes. Air bends low through distant veins. Mirror residue glints along wet tiles. Footfalls scatter gentle across quiet miles. Windows hum faint beneath distant glow. Everything moves slow where no one goes. Twilight smear bends along puddled walls. Footsteps drift lightly as darkness calls. Air hums faint beneath muted beams. Shadows stretch long across silent stream. Pulse gentle hums beneath amber sky. Footfalls float soft as night drifts by. Sidewalk curves gentle along empty parks. Air bends low, nothing leaves mark. Muscle slack hums along narrow halls. Footsteps trace pass through quiet walls. Street folds gentle under amber arcs. Everything drifts slow without remarks. Chest hush hums beneath dimmed lamplight. Footfalls scatter soft along puddled nights. Side streets curve gentle through amber haze. Air drifts slow as shadow sways. Nerve ease hums along empty floors. Footsteps glide soft past silent doors. Street bends gentle along patient lanes. Air hums faint where nothing remains. Blood come hums beneath distant beams. Footsteps drift soft along quiet streams. Sidewalk folds gentle beneath lamp arcs. Everything bends slow through muted dreams. Twilight load hums along amber glows. Footsteps scatter soft along shadowed flows. Side streets curve gentle along silent lanes. Everything drifts slow through quiet plains. Memory haze hums along narrow streets. Footfalls float soft past puddled beats. Street bends gentle beneath muted light. Air drifts faint through patient night. Pulse muted hums along amber glow. Footsteps glide soft as shadow flows. Sidewalk bends gentle beneath lamp beams. Everything dissolves slow where night goes.
Morning light enters without expectations. Room defines personal climate. Thought density decreases steadily. Awareness spreads without force. Delay honest follows internal truth. Timing respects emotional readiness. Meaning avoids premature arrival, understanding unfolds responsibly. Tail dry, end statements cleanly. Nothing circles back unnecessarily. Clarity prevents lingering noise. Completion feels structurally sound. Fade warm settles across, remaining focus. Attention drifts without collapse. Comfort holds steady afterward. Mind stays comfortably seated. Close calm anchors beneath slow breathing. Chest relaxes without vulnerability alarms. Safety feels internally generated. Ease stops, seeking permission. Space open surrounds unoccupied thoughts. Mind gains elbow room. Ideas stop colliding abruptly. Stillness acquires dimension. Hands rest unused contentedly. Action releases obligation temporarily. Non-doing gains legitimacy. Existence feels sufficient. Silence maintains stable temperature. Nothing spikes unexpectedly. Awareness levels itself evenly. Balance remains unchallenged. Loneliness reframes as advantage. Crowds lose persuasive power. Self-company proves confident. Peace feels operational. Inner rhythm replaces external tempo. Pulse adopts sustainable pacing. Calm stops negotiating outcomes. Presence becomes default mode. Mind stops narrating experience. Observation replaces interpretation. Reality feels cooperative. The moment requires nothing extra. Delay honest clears remaining tension. Tail dry preserves close calm. Fade warm leaves space open. Silence holds mastery.
Beneath amber arcs, footsteps drift soft through puddled parks. Air hums faint along patient lanes. Shadows lean gentle as night remains. Mirror tone glints beneath muted skies. Footfalls scatter soft where shadow lies. Sidewalk curves gentle beneath lamplight. Everything drifts slow through silent night. Thought residue hums along narrow halls. Footsteps glide soft through quiet walls. Street bends gentle beneath amber glow. Air drifts low where shadows flow. Time softens hums beneath distant beams. Footsteps float soft through muted streams. Sidewalk curves gentle along patient lanes. Everything bends slow, nothing restrained. Memory low hums beneath amber skies. Footfalls scatter soft through puddled ties. Street bends gentle under lamp arcs. Everything drifts slow as shadow marks. Inner echo hums along silent floors. Footsteps drift soft along narrow doors. Street bends gentle beneath muted light. Everything drifts slow through patient nights. Late stillness hums beneath amber glow. Footsteps glide soft along quiet flow. Sidewalk curves gentle as puddles bend. Everything drifts slow hums along empty streets. Footfalls scatter soft through shadowed beats. Street folds gentle beneath lamp arcs. Everything drifts slow through patient dark. Mirror quiet hums beneath amber haze. Footsteps float soft along narrow ways. Side streets curve gentle along silent walls. Everything drifts slow as night recalls. Memory smear hums beneath distant beams. Footfalls scatter soft through puddled streams. Street bends gentle along narrow arcs. Everything drifts slow through quiet marks. Thought low hums along patient lanes. Footsteps glide soft along muted plains. Sidewalk curves gentle beneath shadow light. Everything drifts slow through quiet night. Thought residue hums beneath amber beams. Time soften hums along gentle streams. Memory low hums soft where shadows fall. Everything dissolves gentle slow for all.
Glow spreads across muted surfaces. Movement slows without resistance. Attention drifts inward comfortably. External demands lose priority. Vinyl warm carries remembered evenings. Rotation feels emotionally familiar. History hums without narrative. Aged sound feels forgiven. Crackle distant decorates silent gaps. Imperfection earns emotional permission. Clean edges lose importance. Texture becomes trustworthy. Tape gentle stretches moments kindly. Elastic time avoids breaking points. Memory softens its outlines. Experience feels safely worn. Hiss warm blankets remaining thoughts. Sharp details dissolve gradually. Mental contrast reduces itself. Smoothness replaces urgency. And patient arise without announcement. Finality avoids dramatic framing. Nothing mourns continuation. Closure feels cooperative. Furniture supports weight without complaint. Stillness gains physical presence. Room temperature feels intentional. Solitude proves structurally sound. Internal dialogue slows its cadence. Words choose shorter journeys. Meaning condenses naturally. Silence carries equal value. No destination required presently. Staying counts as movement. Rest receives proper recognition. Effort temporarily retires. Breath lengthens between soft pauses. Body trusts its pacing. Mind releases performance habits. Ease becomes practiced skill. Absence leaves no diamonds behind. Presence lingers gently afterward. Energy remains contained in word. Peace avoids outward display. Final warm blends with tape gentle. Crackle distant meets hiss warm. And patience seals experience. Calm remains unaltered. Hum floats above one carpet. Movement slows without instruction. Attention rests somewhere unassigned. Body appreciates reduction. Vinyl it remembers former rotations. Grooves carry previous evenings. History exists without narrative. Sound ages gracefully. Crackle subtle decorates empty space. Imperfection allowed foreground access. Cleanliness loses importance. Texture gains emotional permission. Coffee cools forgotten willingly. Steam exits without complaint. Hands
Windows remain open on lap. Posture communicates ease. Tapeworn stretches memory edges. Stretching never breaks intention. Elastic patience becomes audible. Moment step distortion kindly. His slow blankets leftover thoughts. Sharp edges dull naturally. Nothing sharp remains necessary. Mind stops defending territory. Walls stop asking questions. Furniture receives weight kindly. Solitude proves practical. Crowds feel optional now. Breathing syncs with still objects. Pulse slows voluntarily. Awareness widens without effort. Nothing waits beyond present. No destination required tonight. Staying counts as movement. Inner noise retires early. Rest earns promotion. And gentle closes loop softly. Finality avoids dramatic framing. Nothing mourns continuation. Peace signs signature willingly. Room retains warmth after presence. Absence leaves no damage. Energy circulates internally. Nothing leaks outward. Final live keeps spinning memory. Crackle subtle smiles faintly. Tapeworn accepts his slow and gentle complete circle.
Laid out drifts beneath amber gleam. Footsteps glide soft through silent stream. Air bends low along narrow halls. Shadows stretch gentle where puddle calls. Reflection thin, shivers on wet glass. Sidewalk bends gentle as night will pass. Footfalls scatter through muted glow. Air hums faint where quiet flows.
Clock residue hums along dim lane. Footsteps drift soft through patient rain. Side streets curve under gentle arcs. Everything folds slow in quiet marks. Dusk fabric glows beneath amber arcs. Footfalls scatter soft along narrow parks. Air bends low where shadows lean. Everything hums gentle through muted sheen.
Mirror still rests beneath distant light. Footsteps float soft along narrow night. Sidewalk curves gentle with patient grace. Everything drifts slow in muted space. Late minute hums beneath amber skies. Air bends faint where sidewalk lies. Footfalls drift soft along shadowed path. Everything moves gently without wrath. Reflection soft bends across puddled stone. Footsteps measure light as night has grown. Side streets fold under lamp arcs. Everything drifts slow through empty parks. Clock low hums along quiet walls. Footfalls glide soft where shadow calls. Street bends gentle in patient flow. Air drifts faint, everything slow. Dust tone folds along empty streets. Footsteps scatter softly in measured beats. Air hums faint, neath lamp glow. Everything aligns gentle where shadows grow. Mirror residue glints beneath amber haze. Footfalls drift soft along patient ways. Sidewalk curves gentle under lamplight. Everything moves slow into night. Late hour hums along quiet lanes. Air bends low through shadowed plains. Footsteps trace gentle pattern flow. Everything drifts soft as night moves slow. Reflection thin fades beneath amber light. Clock residue hums soft along quiet night. Mirror still hums once through patient air. Everything dissolves gentle.
nothing to spare.
Reflection thin bends beneath amber arcs. Footsteps drift softly through empty parks. Air hums low along narrow walls. Night exhales gently as shadow calls. Glass shadow glints on wet brick lines. Sidewalk curves softly through subtle signs. Footfalls scatter in measured flow. Air drifts low, nothing to show. Night layer folds beneath patient skies. Buildings rest soft while city sighs. Lamp arcs bend across empty streets. Footsteps float light with careful beats. Clock low hums beneath distant glow. Sidewalk bends gently where puddles flow. Footfalls drift soft along narrow lanes. Everything aligns slowly, nothing restrained. Late minute hums through quiet halls. Air bends faint along empty walls. Footsteps trace careful measured space. Night moves softly without a trace. Reflection soft folds along patient streets. Windows flicker faint with distant beats. Footfalls drift light along amber lines. Everything moves gently, nothing confined. Twilight smear bends beneath muted sky. Sidewalk curves soft, the shadows lie. Footsteps scatter faint through distant air. Air hums low without a care. Glass hush lingers along quiet stone. Footfalls mark path through muted zones. Street bends gentle under faint lamp arcs. Everything drifts slowly, nothing departs. Night fabric hums beneath patient hands. Side streets fold soft in gentle bands. Footfalls glide lightly across damp tiles. Air drifts slow in muted miles. Mirror still hums beneath amber light. Footsteps float soft along shadowed night. Sidewalk bends gentle with patient care. Everything drifts slow without despair. Night weight folds beneath distant glow. Air bends low where puddles flow. Footsteps drift lightly along quiet paths. Everything hums soft in shadow bath. Reflection soft hums beneath amber beams. Glass hush drifts through patient streams. Clock low bends along empty streets. Night dissolves gentle, every pulse completes. Room, breathe easier without expectations. Thoughts loosen their grip on urgency. Presence feels wider than previous moments. Silence stands firm without explanation. Glass hush settles across inner space. Edges soften without visible intention. Awareness leans inward comfortably. Nothing external demands attention. Reflection slow drifts along perception. Memory releases unnecessary details. Experience simplifies itself naturally. Calm gains structural importance. Mirror quiet removes performative identity. Expression rests behind neutral posture. Observation replaces reaction gently. Stillness earns quiet authority. Dusk calm wraps surroundings patiently. Colors cooperate without competition. Light behaves with restraint tonight. Comfort feels earned, not borrowed. Yeah, time melt dissolves rigid sequencing. Moments overlap peacefully together. Waiting transforms into resting. Patience expands without resistance. Solitude reframe itself as privilege. Crowds lose emotional gravity. Self-company proves sufficient. Peace stabilizes internally. Breathing organizes thoughts automatically. Pulse adopts sustainable rhythm. Focus widens without effort.
Ease replaces anticipation. Silence gains physical dimension. Space feels breathable and open. Awareness stretches outward gently. Mind stops narrating constantly. Meaning pauses between internal sentences. Understanding arrives sideways quietly. Insight avoids dramatic presentation. Clarity prefers understatement. Nothing pushes forward aggressively. Now feels complete enough. Experience stands independently. Completion becomes optional. Time loosens its final grip. Stillness closes the circuit. Calm owns the moment. Rest remains.
Light enters rooms without announcements. Dust floats freely without obligation. Time relaxes, is forward lean. Attention follows slower currents. Back corner stores emotional, overflow safely. Unsorted thoughts pause without judgment. Nothing requires immediate processing. Delay becomes kind. Shadow pocket holds unexpressed reactions. Darkness behaves cooperatively here. Edges soften through reduced contrast. Calm prefers indirect roots. Pavement grain reminds body of grounding. Texture communicates through subtle pressure. Balance adjusts intuitively downward. Stability feels earned. Street murmur fades into background acceptance. Noise loses narrative importance. Listening becomes optional activity. Mind remains unhooked. Window warmth spreads across rest and focus. Light feels personal rather than distant. Vision softens without closing. Comfort becomes environmental. Breathing synchronizes with surrounding stillness. Pulse abandons competitive pacing. Awareness expands without effort. Ease replaces vigilance. Moments stop, demanding documentation. Memory relaxes, archival habits. Experience lives without recording. Presence stands sufficient. Silence grows, dimensional, not empty. Space gains, breathable depth. Thoughts float without friction. Calm feels architectural. Solitude transforms into functional freedom. Crowds lose gravitational pull. Self remains centered willingly. Peace becomes operational. Internal noise reduces harmonic complexity. Simplicity gains emotional weight. Understanding emerges quietly sideways. Insight avoids sharp edges. Corners release stored impressions slowly. City lowers its volume collectively. Stillness completes internal circuits. Rest claims ownership.
Light rests gently across empty interiors. Thoughts slow down without verbal agreement. Presence feels wider than previous moments. Stillness stops asking difficult questions. Glass tone settles inside, breathing pauses. Edges soften without visible intention. Awareness leans inward comfortably. Nothing outside requires attention. Oh, 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 oh. Reflection muted drifts along inner surfaces. Memory loosens narrative grip. Meaning becomes optional tonight. Silence gains structural importance. Mirror still refuses emotional performance. Expression relaxes behind neutral posture. Observation replaces reaction naturally. Calm remains without justification. Night fabric folds around personal distance. Darkness behaves like supportive clothing. Solitude fits without resistance. Comfort stops explaining itself. Late hour stretches time elasticity gently. Minutes lose competitive urgency. Waiting transforms into resting. Patience feels unforced. Rooms accept occupancy without commentary. Walls keep secrets responsibly. Space listens without interruption. Mind speaks less frequently. Breathing organizes thoughts automatically. Pulse adopts sustainable rhythm. Focus widens without effort. Ease replaces anticipation. Loneliness reframes into chosen quiet. Crowds lose emotional relevance. Self-company proves sufficient. Peace stabilizes internally. Moments remain unfinished deliberately. Closure feels unnecessary tonight. Experience stands on its own. Meaning arrives later. Internal noise reduces harmonic layers. Simplicity gains emotional weight. Understanding forms sideways. Inside a void spotlight. Glass reflects calm without distortion. Time loosens final grip. Stillness completes the cycle. Rest signs the moment.